Hello everybody, it's Sephiroth1204 for another weekly update. It's been a while since the last one. I think the last one I did was at the beginning of the month, before I started my second treatment. So, it's been a while. So, since then, to catch you guys up if you don't follow my Twitter, I don't really update on Facebook, on my Facebook page, but, so I did my second round of chemo, the week of June 2nd, so it was 2 weeks ago already. Wow. More than 2 weeks ago. Almost 3 full weeks ago. So that actually went really well because they were able to find a good medicine to keep me from feeling the effects of the chemo. So I was able to eat and drink and be merry throughout the treatments. So that was really nice. So I came home that Saturday night after I started on Monday, went through the weekend, and then the next day, Sunday, I have a line in my chest. I have like an IV thing. So on Sunday when I was home, not even 24 hours out of the hospital, I saw that there was like some infectious looking gunk building up where the thing enters my skin. So we went back to the hospital again. And I was like, oh, come on, I want to be home for at least 24 hours at least. So we had to go back. But they only kept me overnight, which was nice. They put me on oral antibiotics as opposed to hooking me up and keeping me there for a week because I didn't have a fever or anything. So went home again. Had a pretty nice week, actually. And then Thursday night, I got a fever. I got a fever, and the only prescription was going back to the hospital. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a cowbell here, so it just makes it really hard to deal with fevers. If anybody wants to donate a cowbell, I'd be very happy. So we had to go to the hospital again Thursday night. That I developed the fever at about 9 p.m. and we ended up. It finally got to the point, got to a certain temperature where we had to go at around midnight. So, first we had to go to the hospital, which was just like an hour, a little over an hour. And then, we had to go to the emergency room and checked out by a bazillion people. And then wait for blood test results and bacterial cultures. And when all was said and done, I actually got up to my room at around 6 a.m. So we didn't actually sleep that night. That was not fun. But we stayed through till through the weekend, and I finally came home yesterday. The fever was going crazy. It was like a roller coaster. It was like the highest I went was 103 point something, I think. And then the fever stopped, and then it went back up and down, and finally Monday it stopped. But the doctor wanted me to stay till Wednesday. Because there's a scan that they wanted to get, the specific scan's called an MIBG, which they inject a radioactive thing on one day, and then the next day it specifically goes to it's a specific test for neuroblastoma, which is the cancer that I have. And it goes to sites that absorb whatever they put into that, and so it shows up on this I go into this big machine that similar to a bone scan machine. If anybody's ever had a bone scan. Also, I have this hat, but I'm gonna put the hat on. It's actually a cool hat, called the Foreign Legion hat. Yeah, so it looks kind of ridiculous, but feels so comfortable. Um, it was this, yeah. So the scan specifically shows for neuroblastoma, and it's actually uh, not with the way that I got it this time, but it's actually used sometimes in treatment of neuroblastoma with the radiation and stuff. So that's pretty cool actually. The scan is like a to see where everything is and to treat stuff. So doctors wanted me to keep there for insurance reasons because my insurance doesn't cover it when I'm outpatient, like when I'm not admitted to the hospital. So they figured if I was admitted anyway, I may as well get the scan now, after 2 treatments to see what was going on. So I got the scan, and the purpose of the scan wasn't to see if like the cancer was starting to go away, but to see that we've halted the spread, because the way cancer is, it's a bunch of cells that multiply rapidly and take over your body. Um, that's overgeneralizing it, but that's the basic gist of cancer. It's a bunch of cells having I made this metaphor this last time. It's a bunch of cells having a wild party, and you got to call the riot police. Um, so we got the scan, and sure enough, we've halted the spread of the cancer. I got a scan like this before I started treatment, and the 2 scans look identical. There's absolutely no spread of anything. So, hold on. Okay. Absolutely no spread of anything. So, that's really good. That's exactly what we wanted to see. And that means that the treatments were working. And we're going to go from here and start to destroy the cancer bit by bit. There's a few places in my body where it is now. If you want to, it's called, it's referred to as stage 4. You always hear stage 4 cancer. It is kind of bad because it means it's spread, it's metastasized, and it's not just a single tumor anymore. But it doesn't always mean like, terminal. People associate that, I find, at least. But there's it's like in dots, like it looked like little dots all throughout my spine. There's one in my shoulder, like a tiny little dot. A couple on my ribs. So but the main issue is the tumor that's growing behind one of my kidneys around the adrenal glands, and one that's growing on top of one of my hips and the area where I had to get the back surgery, which is doing really well, by the way. The surgery was perfect, but the vertebra that he removed the tumor from still has cancerous tissue in it. He just took out the stuff that was life-threatening. So, for the too long didn't listen version, I got about a week and a half now until I start, not the next treatment. We're doing a thing called pheresis, which is to harvest stem cells for a later transplant when my bone marrow is gone. Where the cancer is in my bone marrow too, so we have to pretty much destroy it and put in new stuff. So that's gonna be fun. That's your screen cap for the day, fellows and ladies, and people who are not sure about their gender. Yeah. So. So the doctor I have knows what he's doing. He is the world expert on neuroblastoma. People come from all over the world to this hospital, so that's cool. So we got the cancer under control, and gonna work from here. So Good times. In other news, Animal Crossing New Leaf is awesome. But you guys, if you are on Twitter or whatever, you probably heard way too much of that. Suffice to say, if you don't have the game and you have a 3DS and you like Animal Crossing, this is probably the best in the series. I always thought Wild World was, but this is really catching my attention more. And that's saying something, because I put in hundreds of hours into my town in Wild World. So yeah, that's about it. This has been Sephiroth04 with the weekly update. I hope to, I don't know, maybe record some videos in the next week and a half, because I'm on the upswing now, so I just got to get used to talking again. This past week I got laryngitis, so it was bad. Yeah, so look forward to maybe some Earthbound. I really can't promise anything. Or, in the very least, I'll do some more of the Final Fantasy Limit Break videos. I still have footage for that. Yeah, I have footage for all of them. Let me know if you want to see anybody specific. All I've done is Cloud, Tifa, Eris, and Barrett Marcellus so far. You still got Red 13 and Sid and Yuffie and Kate Sith. Kate Sith I'm doing last, though. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, everybody. And thank you very much for all the support and continued just helping me, feel like there's still people to come back to here when I'm feeling better. Goodbye, everybody. Bye-bye.